I'm going to be sharing my most commonly used way of doing workings. I'm going to give some of the kind of tricks up my sleeve, if you know what I mean. In this video, we're going to go over what it is, what Sigil Magic is, how to implement it and how it's being implemented, and just how crazy you can get with it. There's not going to be any examples because I'm not going to show you how to do it, but pretty much kind of give you a general background, because if you know how it works, you'll know how to use it. Rather than do it, then not know what you got. But those are examples of sigils. You have a moon, the sun's, the planetary symbols for sun and moon. Right there is an emperor like McDonald's. This was supposed to be the Walmart's symbol right there, but I couldn't draw that well. The pentagram, pentacle, star, and then it inverted. All those things are sigils, and to be technical, a sigil is a symbol or a artistic creation that symbolizes an entity or is a symbol stand-in for something. That's pretty much as simple as it can get. It can also be a way of taking a written intention and then pretty much narrowing it down into one symbol that you can incorporate on other petition papers. You can put it on candles, you can put it on literally anything. And if you're good, you're clever, you can actually make a sigil and then just draw it midair, like if you're drawing it on something. Like say for an example, this notebook that I have, I don't want people to get into it, and I want it to be protected. So what I can do, without even touching it, because if you draw on it, the sigil to protect it, people will be able to see it, and they probably think, I don't know what that symbol means, I don't know how to touch it. That's when you actually just draw the sigil over the top of it, just like that with your finger, or crystal, or what have you. And yes, you can even do a drawing on a crystal too for a sigil. And that way is pretty much you're like essentially booby trapping something, if that makes sense. And believe me, I've done that numerous times, and I've told quite a few people, please don't mess with my things, because if you touch it, a booby trap's going to go off. Sigil magic is a form of chaos magic, and chaos magic is pretty much magic that's unorganized, like completely out of left field. For an example, you can take something like servitor making, which is out of nowhere. Sigil magic's another one. Another one is, in a way, you can say alchemy is another way of doing it, because if you're using mental alchemy, pretty much what you're doing is if you have something trying to affect you, you just target now. Literally. If something is trying to affect you, you simply target it and say, you know what? I don't think you exist, and if you don't exist, how can you affect me? Wait a minute, why am I even talking about this thing? It doesn't even exist. See, you just with that manner, using that chaotic mindset, you just completely negated it. So, really, sigil magic is very simple because you can draw it however you deem fit. You can make whatever you would like out of it. You can use numbers, letters. You can even take sigils you've already made and actually make what I like to call a sigil sentence. Is when you take one sigil, connect it to another, which connects to another, which connects to another, and it connects all the way back to the top again. That's why all those intentions can all stick together and they all flow together perfectly. Or all those entities or whatever you deem fit trying to affect. Other than that, sigil magic is very versatile. There's no set way of doing it. You can even also, if you want to be extra fancy, you can make a sigil in part English and part in a different language if you like. In fact, that's actually really clever and a really creative way of doing it, and it's more personal. You can add numbers, you can literally add anything you deem fit, because there's no set way, because it's chaos magic.